Hello, hello, hello. I am the Divine Maverick, but you can call me the mother of twins. Thank you for watching my channel. If this is your first time, I should tell you that everything that comes out of my mouth from the time you start watching the video is part of the message. So whether I'm laughing, sneezing, screaming, singing, dropping cards on the floor, knocking things over, that's all part of the message. Take it as it resonates or not. Thank you for all your likes, your subscribes, your shares, your comments. The tribe has given me life in the comments. Thank you for being supportive of one another on our journeys together. Thank you for spreading your love and your light and sending so many positive vibes and your good energy. I appreciate that. If you would like a personal reading with me, I do that. I call it my love and light session. Everything you need to know about that can be found in the description box below, right at the very top. You cannot miss it. I would like to do a series of, I guess, a bit of a teachings about this twin flame journey as it relates to becoming the divine feminine and what the divine feminine is encountering along this what can be somewhat arduous journey. That being said, we know that the other person, our divine masculine, our divine counterpart, is all the cherries and the walnuts and the almonds and the whipped cream and the chocolate sauce or whatever it is you like on your sundae. That's just part of it. But the meat and the potatoes is really the journey to wholeness and healing within ourselves, and thereby our masculine or our divine counterpart is doing the same. So again, the twin flame journey is about us growing as people individually, and then the real, the gift part is coming together in union in the 3D with a person that you can share your life with, build a home with, have some children with, partner with, build with, do this amazing mission that you were created to do, on this journey, in this lifetime. So it is my desire to do, like, I don't know, a few characteristics, maybe 12. I don't know how many yet, actually. But I want to talk to the divine feminine about the becoming of the divine feminine, because Jesus or Yeshua is my ascended master. I have to go to scripture for this to build this house, so I will probably be referencing scriptures, and you can just look them up later on your own. Thank heavens for videos. You can just rewind it back and take your own notes. I'm not going to spoon feed you so much as I'm going to teach you to fish for yourselves. And I know that this tribe gets it. This tribe knows exactly what I'm saying. So I'm going to start by saying I'm going to tie all this teaching with the twin flame journeys and the divine feminine, divine masculine, all together. You'll see it's going to be really, really good, because it's good to me already. So I just welcome all my ascended masters, and I welcome my spirit guides and my angels, and I thank you for angels of light, spirit. I welcome Holy Spirit in this place, and I thank you for information and downloads from all time and space, past, present, and future. All directions, north, east, west, and south. And let's get started with the reading and the impartation. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what a lady of reckless abandonment looks like. And that's what I'm going to call these videos. So I'll eventually compile this into some sort of playlist, so I'll separate it from some kind of way. You'll see when I really get organized and and get organized, you'll be able to find all these. I think it's going to be about 10 of these, about 10 of these, I think. But anyway, tonight, this video, I want to be talking about the what a lady of reckless abandonment looks like. And if you're journaling, just Google reckless abandonment and look at what that means. But it's really about throwing yourself into something wholeheartedly or very passionately, and being very focused, almost like you're looking at something with blinders on. You don't see to the left or the right. All you're doing is looking at that thing, like most of us are doing with our twin flame journey. We're so busy looking at the divine masculine that we are forgetting to focus on ourselves or do our work, thereby moving the union or the connection further along, progressing the connection. But I want you to, in your time, for note-taking purposes, I'll read it to you now, but for note-taking purposes, Colossians chapter 2, verse 9 through 10. And it simply says, "For in Christ, all the fullness of the deity lives in bodily form, and you have been given fullness in Christ." All right? So when I talk about Christ, I'm talking about Christ simply means the illuminated one. And when I mention Christ, I am talking about living or ascending like Jesus showed us how. Jesus came to the earth, spirit came to the earth, clothed in flesh, to show us how to overcome the earth, if you will. And so when the scripture talks about everything about Christ, or everything that Christ is dwelling in bodily form, of course, that's us as light workers, as empaths, as those who are healers, and those who know how to work with alchemy, and in the quantum physics, and just the metaphysical, those who know how to control time and space, and just know how to move supernaturally, really is what we call it, life in the spirit, right? And so when we think about being a divine feminine and bringing in this union of ourselves and with our masculine in the 3D, it's all about knowing who you are. I already pulled cards to support this message. And it's so good, because I'm just like, every time I learn something, the cards support, and that's the visual for you, because some of you are visual learners. Some of you don't want to hear somebody talking. You need something to look at. So see, we're touching all bases. But anyway, you've been training for this lifetime. This top row is going to be my divine feminine energy, and this is what your divine counterpart, your masculine, is working on the second row. Okay, so feminine, you are in the age of light. And we know, of course, we are light workers. And then you see this triangle here with the geometric shapes and everything. Remember I said sacred geometry? Go ahead and bone up on it. Go ahead and get familiar with it. Familiarize yourself with it. I don't know why I've just heard of Capricorn and Libra energy, and Aries. All right. And Leo, who's Leo? Yes, Leo. Okay, did I say Leo? If I did, forgive me for repeating myself. Anyway, the age of light is where we are now. And anytime you think about light, you think about illumination. So many of you are on this awakening journey. It was a love in the 3D, a person in the 3D that kind of was the catalyst for you kind of moving towards your divine femininity, if you will. So you've been training for this for lifetimes. This message in this card simply says that every lifetime that you've ever lived up until now is always is converging right now in this time, in this space. Okay. So in other words, if you were a sage back in one life, or a baby, or a housewife, or a house husband, whatever, whatever you were, everything that you've ever known is converging in right now, this in 2020, where you are right now. So you've been training for this for a lifetime. And I say all the time, your soul knows the way. Follow your intuition. With this journey, with this spiritual journey, especially with the twin flame journey, it is not about intellect or emotions or how you feel. It's all about your heart and your intuition aligning, your heart and your intuition working together, because your soul knows the way. And you have to trust that heart space, that heart chakra. That's why we have to be healed in our heart chakra, so that we can better feel, not just feel better, right? So we can better feel where we are, better discern what is coming into us, right? And so you've been training for this for lifetime. So just know that you are doing right now what you're supposed to be doing right now. Don't beat yourself up. Celebrate the small victories. Always keep an attitude of grace and gratitude, because of just the goodness. Everything's not perfect, no, but there is a way that you can handle it by having the right attitude about it, saying life is not happening to me, it's happening for me, okay? So priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So again, many of you are high priestesses. You are, and then look at the light that's in the palm of her hands. You see, you're really coming into your own, your understanding with greater wisdom. And there's, again, sacred geometry. It's everywhere. But I don't know why I keep feeling so much Libra energy. Maybe because the full moon we just had is in Libra. But some of you are tapping back into your native ancestry, your Native American ancestry. And you're realizing, or maybe understanding, you feel like in the past you've been mystics. You feel like you might have been working with apothecary, or you know how to make things, oils, or talismans, or you know how to, you create. You are a creator, because you're creative, right? But you are feeling like you were another person, you know what I mean? And I'm here to confirm to you that's not unusual. What you are doing is your lives are converging right now. Remember, you've been training for this for lifetimes. So your lives are converging, and that's what's forming this divine feminine. That's why you never have to worry about what your masculine is doing, because at the same time they are going through their metamorphosis or their change, and then spirit brings it together, right? And so as a high priestess, how are you being called to step up to lead? Because there's something you being called to do. You have that niggling feeling. There's something you can't get away from. I don't know. Again, whatever you're feeling an affinity for, the trees or flowers, nature, you might be feeling an affinity for water, just being near bodies of water. You might feel an affinity for affinity with stones or crystals, or studying astrology. You may you literally feel like you're having out of body experiences because you are. You know what I mean? And again, everything is converging for such a time as this. And so you can be encouraged that that's what reckless abandonment looks like. It means following your spirit, because your spirit knows the way. Your spirit has been here. Your spirit has always been with you. You are a spirit, right? And this is just simply human casing. So a lady of a reckless abandon, she knows how to tap into spiritual things, spiritual matters. She's almost, I don't want to say obsessed, but I do kind of want to say obsessed. How about consumed? She begins to come consumed with these matters, right? She becomes consumed with things of the spirit, things that grow her, things that build her, things that encourage her, things that edify her, things that cause her to have a lighter buoyancy. You know what I mean? And so that's where you are. And in see, I knocked that sign over. See, some of y'all feel like y'all been knocked over, knocked down, and knocked over, and this is what started your journey. It might not have been a person or a love or a heartbreak. It might have been just a job situation. It might have been family members that kept telling you, no, you can't. But what makes you think? Because you literally had the audacity to believe that you could do and be something greater. It's like you're so, I don't know why. I do know why. Your Knight of Pentacles, see? And some of you feel like Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. Some of you might feel like this has been a long time coming, like you've come it wasn't going as fast as you wanted it to go. Some of you might be even feeling that, why didn't this happen sooner? Or why did it take me so long to get here? Because I don't know, it feels like many of you are starting to meet people and assemble with your other tribe members, I'll call it. And they've been like on this journey ahead of you, or you're wondering why, you had to go through so much, or chariot on the bottom of the deck right there. Cancer energy. But anyway, yes, movement. You wonder why you weren't moving like the counterparts or the other people, that your peers that you're meeting. But that's because, you have to be ready to handle. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't know why I'm singing that song. I don't think you're ready for this jelly, but you had to you had to level up to be able to even handle this. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and also the triangle, because this triangle is in both cards, sacred geometry, and it's like this threefold cord is what I'm thinking about. You had to have a foundation, and you had to have you on one side, and then you had to have spirit on the other side. Some of your foundations weren't, in place yet, and those things, those traumas or those disappointments or those betrayals is what led you, what made you ready, what got you ready for it. But now look at chariot energy. You rolling. You know what I mean, Cancer? You are rolling. You are moving in it now, right? And some of you are moving very slowly because there's a lot that you're gathering. There's a lot that you're gleaning. Some of you already intuitively know that you're going to be studying a lot. You might even be feeling and niggling or an inkling to start like just boning up on study. You're voracious readers, and you can't get enough knowledge about what this is that you're being led to, because trust and believe you are definitely being led. Let me put another card on the priestess. Oh, I'll take that. I saw that when that played. Right. All right. Could be an air sign. And look, masculine energy came. This is masculine, of course, because we have a Queen of Swords. But this is all about, when I see this masculine energy, this is about you being assertive, because it says, how are you being called to step up and lead? That's what I mean about the balance, right? The balance in the twin flame journey. Because in this high priestess, there is a feminine side and a what? Look at that. Feminine side and a masculine side. So again, the more you bring into balance you, the more you bring into balance him in 3D, right? This row, right? Your divine masculine in the 3D in the form of another person, right? Okay, so with this card coming out, you could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. You have decided that you're going to step up and lead. And because this is a leader, this is somebody with King of Swords is clarity of thought. King of Swords says what he means what he says, And so some of you are really, really setting your boundaries and leading people. Some of you do own your own businesses. Some of you are the leaders in your family. Like you are the matriarch, the figure of the matriarch. Your mom could have been passed by now, but or maybe your mothers didn't want to be the matriarch. They wanted to keep confusion going, or tear the family down, or tear you down. But for whatever reason, your siblings or your cousins see you as like the matriarch. They come to you for the motherly advice or the motherly love or the nurturing and the caring. But this is because you exhibit this. You exhibit King of Swords energy, stability, you know what I mean? You exhibit clarity of speech. You exhibit even clarity of thought, because this is a clear thinker right here. The King of Swords right here is a very, very clear thinker. So that could be for some of you. Now, let's go to your masculine. So while you're doing this, high priest is stepping up, figuring out how you're called to step up and lead, and then you're figuring out that all your past lives are now converging right now, even though it may be slow, it's here and you're moving in it. This is what your masculine is doing in the 3D as well, spiritually, and in the 3D. This is what he's doing on his side, because you remember, you're one soul. And so you're coming together. And so what they're dealing with is the Dragon's Duel. And this is card number 23, simplifying to a 5, which is, of course, a major change or a change. But this Dragon's Duel is this. This is the inner conflict. Look at the card, inner conflict and morality and a conscious choice. So this card is about the right and wrong, the light and dark, the male and female. It's about the duality of everything, right? And this is a lot like yin and yang. It's only dragons, right? You see that? But so your masculine is deciding what they're going to believe and what they're going to feed. Like, am I going to be more spiritual? Am I going to stay over here in the flesh? And we know that life is in the spirit. We know what's more real is what we can't see versus what we do see. And that is an encouragement to you, feminine, as you're on this journey with the twin flame. Because if you look at the 3D and let that lead you, you will never think that this union would happen. You would never believe that this thing is going to come together, or this might even be your masculine. You might even think, nah, there's no way in the 3D. But the 5D, yeah, it's already done. It's already happened. You see, this battle is up. Look at the full moon, right? And some of them, even right now with this full moon, they are literally battling. They have come to some sort of revelation. Look, and this looks like a waterfall leading down to like a pit. You know what I mean? So one of these dragons is going to win. But what's interesting is, look, they are linked. They are intertwined. And if you look, that almost looks like the infinity symbol, right? If you look at it, see it? It looks like the infinity symbol, because it means you're always going to have this dual. It's always going to be light and dark, dark and light, because light does not exist without darkness. Darkness does not exist without light. And you do need both, right? For what? Balance. So what they're doing now is going through a lot of inner conflict, trying to decide if they're going to go more the spiritual route, or they're going to wrestle with, just this 3D, just this lower vibrational earthly things. But look, even in that, they have the Queen of Wands. What I love about this is Spirit is demonstrating. You see how feminine got a King of Swords and the masculine has a Queen of Wands? You know what I'm saying? Because now this is fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And I'm feeling very, very I'm feeling like there's a masculine here that is very attractive, because this Queen of Wands, remember, she's attractive. She owns her own business. She's very stable. She's everybody loves her. Everybody knows her. She's very friendly. She's like the party star. She's always invited to the parties. But there's a group of masculines that are having some serious inner conflict, because they've always been the pretty boys and maybe even the players. They've always had all this attention, but because this connection with you, feminine, is pulling them in a way that's making them conflicted, because they're like, do I want the world, or do I want to go the spiritual route? Because they already see you going the spiritual route. You see what I'm saying? Because you are a lady of reckless abandon. You have given yourself totally over to your high priestess energy, right? And you have clarity about it. That sword means clarity, revelation, right? Okay. But there's a group of masculines that is all in their heads with this duality, because they're like, I don't know if I want to, I'm like, they're torn. But, they're going to come out of it, because as you move more in what you've been training for lifetimes, and also stepping up and leading, you will lead them, right? You'll be leading the union right to where it needs to be. And they will come to more of a stability, because the Queen of Wands is stable. You know what I mean? The Queen of Wands, though there's light and dark in her, because we all have light and shadow side, a shadow side, and then we have our divinity, right? So they'll always be there. But doesn't she look stable? She's got her sunflower in her hand and just chilling, you know what I mean? Looking off into the distance, just stable. And that color yellow right there, that's all about wisdom. Okay, the yellow color, and then also with the chakras. I can't remember what yellow is with the I think it's the solar plexus, but the color yellow is also representative of wisdom. Okay, so and anyway, like I said, and this black cat to me represents the mystical, meaning it's right in front of them. With some of these masculines that are fire signs, the divinity is right in front of them. It's sitting right there, waiting for them to acknowledge. As you see, she's not looking, right? But when she began, if she only turned her head and looked, it's right there. So some of them are really coming to grips, right, with who they want to be. And you may be experiencing this right now with your masculine. Second card, the Eagle King. Now this is a masculine. This group, this card is all about understanding that there's a very big divine plan for your life, and you're seeing the big picture. So some of the masculines are coming into their Eagle King energy, which is card number 12, which simplifies to a 3. And we know that 3 is all about, partnership, building together, starting something together. So some of your masculines are thinking about what they're seeing you as, I'm literally hearing building material. They know that they can build with you because what? Because you stepped up to lead, and you also are bringing all your gifts into one life. You know what I mean? Everything that you can tap into, you're already tapping into it, right? Okay, so let me put a card on here. See if we can get a sign. But these masculines are seeing the big picture and understanding that, up is the way to go. You know what I mean? I'm actually feeling like I need to read right from the book. I'll get it in 1 second. Let me just, thank you. Good one, thank you. All right, 9 of Pentacles, that's Capricorn energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, right? Earth energy, of course, and it's all about the stability because these masculines are very, I would say, pragmatic. Now, the 9 of Pentacles in the traditional is all about, taking time to tiptoe to the tulips, smell the roses, stable, single, happy, and that too. These masculines are very content with what they're doing, but what I'm saying, because they understand what the big picture is. So the 9 of Pentacles to me is like a stable place, no sweat, no stress. They're just kind of enjoying the view, and they're like living their lives. So you might feel like your masculine not doing any work because they're just happy to be what they are, but you don't understand. They're like an eagle, the Eagle King, right? They have flown above, and look, even I think that's a falcon or on the wrist of the person here. But it's like they're not worried because they have went up and surveyed everything. They have seen the big picture. So again, you can be encouraged that while you are stepping up, leading, your masculine is even higher than that as an Eagle King, soaring above, looking at the big picture and trying to just understand the lay of the land. You know what I mean? Women or feminine energy likes to look at all the little details, the details of things. This, and this. A masculine energy is just about tell me in 1 sentence what's going on. You know what I mean? And maybe your masculine is like this. Just tell me in 1 sentence. I don't want to hear all the details. I don't want to hear what he said or she said or what your girlfriend said. Just tell me what you need me to do. You know what I mean? Because I'm chilling. Look at 9 of Pentacles. Because I'm sitting here in my garden, petting my money, eating my grapes. You know what I mean? Like I'm chilling. What you need? I already see the big picture. And also angelic help. Because these masculines are recognizing, again, I don't know, Virgo just came up real quick. Somebody might be having, even understanding that angelic help is around them. So they're acknowledging their angels too. So you might want to ask your masculine if you are in communication, like, are you seeing flecks of light, or, are you having dreams, or, how you doing? Don't get too mystical on him. He might be like, man, what is going on? But anyway, let me get one angel card. I think that's all the message I wanted to give you. This is Lady of Reckless Abandonment. So put your all into your journey. Put your all into the spirit. With this again, this characteristic, the Lady of Reckless Abandonment is all about finding out who she is in him, in Creator. In Creator. Let me get one angel card for you. Ooh. Everyone jump out. Thank you. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. Archangel Raguel. And there you go. All right. Ooh, sorry about that. Now, last thing I'm going to do is give you a card. Hold a thought in your head. hold a question in your mind about, I guess, anything that you heard about your purpose or anything. Can they do anything? Or anything. Just a random question. Hold in your mind, and I'm going to pull you a card. We're going to let Spirit talk. If it resonates or not, don't stake your life on this card coming out, because it may not even be for you, but it's just something good to do, because somebody's going to get some help from it. So your answer is reconsider. So whatever that question was you were holding in your mind, reconsider. All right. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Let us keep growing this tribe. This is awesome. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.